Come on, show me what you got. Stop.
Gentlemen, I never really was on your side.
Hasta la vista, baby.
All right, Ramblers, let's get rambling.
Shall I give you despair?
Let's rock.
Exercise caution when aggravating my temper.
Bomb has been planted.
Can you guess what we're going to talk about today? Welcome to Faith, Fiction, and Folklore, or as we like to call it, the Try-F Podcast, where we try not to F the podcast up. And how are you today, Mr. Trevor?
I'm good. We're going to talk about your mom. That's my guess.
You're not even close.
Oh,
You're not even close.
okay.
That's all right. Points for trying, though. Points for trying.
We sound good at least.
Well, that's a change of pace. Anyway, so, all right, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. So, here's our breakdown for tonight. We've got more UFO footage from Moreau. From Moreau, because everybody was like, we can't see the first batch, because I was
Moreau?
shooting it on my cell phone. Moreau is me.
Oh.
Moreau is me. So
Heck yeah.
I'm like, okay, fine. So I re-recorded some stuff, and we're going to take another look. I made
look
another
at it.
little compilation of the same lights, and we
Just-
can hear
just look
opinions
at
about
it.
what those lights are. It's like, would you just look at it? All right.
Look at that. Look at this.
Yeah. So there's that. And then there's NDEs about heaven. We got that.
Yay.
So we're going to talk about spiritual experience, like near-death experiences where people actually go to heaven. Last week we talked about hell. This week we're talking about heaven. And then, let's see. So we got that and then that. And then we've got... Oh, I have to review The Island of Dr. Moreau, and we'll see a few clips from the 1932, I believe, 32 version, The Island of Lost Souls, which is the first adaptation of H.G. Wells' book. And then we'll end the night taking off the Fed because,
Again?
because Ghislaine Maxwell, her interview got released. So we're going to take a few minutes to look at that.
Sweet.
And that'll be our 4 subjects for the evening. So, Mr. Trevor, what would you like to talk about first?
Cheesecake.
I'm just going to wait for you to answer.
I said cheesecake.
That's not an answer. Of the 4 options presented.
Oh, of the options.
Yeah,
Okay.
mm-hmm.
Do you want to start with your aliens?
Sure.
Or your footage?
Sure, we will start with my alien footage then. All right, give me a minute. So, as I said last time, everybody was saying you basically couldn't see it. It was too faint, right? So, I was
Yeah.
like, alrighty, well, we'll just have to do something about that. So give me a minute here while I try to figure out.
We don't have a minute.
Yes, we do. Don't say that.
We have all night.
We do not have all night. Don't be ridiculous.
Well, we don't have a minute. We have all night. That's more than a minute.
Good night. I feel like I'm going crazy.
Thank
Trevor,
you.
you're driving me nuts, man.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
crazy.
All right, there we go. We'll just do that. Ha, I'm smarter. All right, so here we go. Here is...
Work smarter, not harder.
Yeah, here is my footage, and I'll try to fast forward some of it if it gets boring. We're going to have to kind of play this by ear, because I don't know how interesting this is going to be, because UFOs sound exciting, but you know, they usually are just kind of slow and everybody's just kind of sitting there looking at them. So, and maybe people will actually know what they are this time, because basically these are lights. I don't know what they are. I'm putting them out on the internet, so maybe somebody can present a theory as to what they are. So with that said, let's begin here.
So you're not moving, right?
I am just moving up and down. That's it.
Okay.
This is me holding a cell phone, so yeah.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I still think we need to do a live and chase them down.
Chase them down, yeah. See how they just pop in, though? I mean, honestly.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Yeah, a little brighter this time.
It's kind of like they're on a what do you call it when they're circling an area? It's like they're scouting or something.
Maybe, I don't know. See, I was initially thinking these were drones, but like I was saying earlier, when I was coming out at the beginning, these things were starting out in the northeast or northwest. And then as I started going out later and later at night, they would show up in the north. And then they would eventually, by about 1, 2 o'clock in the... No, 2, 3 in the evening, they would be northeast. So they're moving across the northern horizon as the night goes on. So...
Kind of like in line with the stars and whatnot.
Yeah, it's like I don't know, like using the stars as a map or something.
Wow.
Yeah. But you can see them more clearly this time, right?
Yeah, I can see them a lot better than the last time.
All right. I'm learning how to catch UFOs, Trevor.
Heck yeah. Now what we need to do is get you a telescope.
Yeah. I just don't know what they are. That's the thing that really... I don't think they're drones anymore. I just don't have a satellite of some kind, maybe? I don't know. Or ET.
They could be angels. Or demons.
Yeah, if there's something on the spooky side, I'd say demons. I don't know why angels would be fluttering around up there. But,
Because they want to.
could be some sort of military tech. I don't know. I just don't have a clue. I'm baffled.
Is there a military base out there?
Well, there is up in the northwest in the Osho, but since these things are moving along in the sky as the night goes on, I don't think they're really coming from there.
Maybe it's the CIA keeping an eye on you.
Probably. They've been getting very unhappy with all the Epstein videos I've done.
Yeah.
They've not been happy at all.
That's crazy.
Yeah. There's a couple of these shots. Of course, I was editing as fast as I could for the show to try to get them done as quickly as possible. There's a couple of these that are really impressive, but they're kind of mixed in with kind of the same thing over and over again. There's a handful of them that are really good.
Is that why it keeps pausing? They're like little cuts you did?
Yeah, they're like cuts. So, yeah. So the changes I made, lest people think I'm being dishonest,
Yeah.
is I zoomed in. It's a cell phone flipped vertically. So I zoomed in on the cell phone footage, and then I upped the contrast and the exposure, so the sky would be just a little bit brighter. And those are the changes that I did.
That's really cool.
Yeah. Jack Roller.
Can you take that?
Yeah, I might need to take that. Hang on a minute. Let me mute myself, and then you can kind of react.
Okay, yeah.
So-
I'll just keep watching. I
Sweet.
can watch this stuff all night.
Cool.
Yeah, I think we should totally go after these things. Wow. At first they're like, they do look like drones, but then they keep blinking in and out. That's not normal. That's not like any drone I've ever seen. And they're not shooting stars. Or satellites. Oh wow, that one's really bright. What do you think?
Yeah, it was the Fed. They said shut it off, but we're gonna keep playing it. It was a joke.
I
By the
said
way.
they told you to shut it off.
Oh yeah, they were like, stop it. Those are our planes. Quit.
I have never seen a plane maneuver like that.
No.
What's
And-
crazy is I can actually see it better on the live stream than I can on
Oh yeah.
the first video.
Dude, 3 years I've been looking at those things. From May to October. I have no idea what they are.
Yeah, I gotta make a trip to come over there, and we're gonna go live stream it, chase them down.
Yeah. It's kind of nuts. And that's what's really frustrating is, that camera is only picking up the brightest of them.
Yeah,
You can see them fainter.
I've caught a few extras. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've noticed.
Yeah, they'll zip around, but you can't always catch them. And see, I didn't do this last time because I was scared that if I did anything to the footage, people would be like, you edited
Oh, he's
it.
faking it. You
Yeah.
edited it. Say hi. But even with the clearest, most unedited videos out there, people still think it's fake.
Yeah. So, but people couldn't see him last time. So this time I was like, well, I'm just going to have to zoom in. Like, I don't know what else to do.
Yeah.
And see, that one's actually moving downward.
Wow. Yeah, that one started at the top.
Yeah. And then you got one coming up at the bottom there.
They're fairies. I'm convinced. You know the little fairies from Zelda?
It's like Navi going, hey!
Navi.
Hey!
Yeah.
Hey! Every 30 seconds. Yeah.
Yep, that's who it is. It's Navi. Or Tinkerbell.
Yeah. The other thing that's kind of interesting is, that lens. I can't tell if the lights in the background are dust from my dirty lens or stars.
Yeah, on the live stream you can see stars. Yeah.
Is it stars? Yeah. So yeah.
That's amazing.
It's cool. Like, it is cool. I just don't know what they are. I'm just like, crap. I mean, it could be E.T., I guess. I don't know.
They're drones.
Drones.
We could share this. We could share this with Casper's site. He finds this stuff fascinating.
Sure. I mean, anybody wants to, they can. I am moving the phone up and down some. Now, to be fair, it's a lot stabler this time because I have a better case.
That is so cool.
Yeah, it's wild.
Whoa. Yeah, it's almost like they're in a pattern, a scouting pattern.
Yeah.
They're just kind of...
It's weird. It's really weird.
What I want to know is, what are they, if they are in like a pattern, what are they circling?
I don't know, man. I think, looking at it, if like, assuming that all that debris in the background is stars, I think they're actually quite low to the ground.
Oh, yeah.
So that would explain why the plane, because the thing that's been bugging me is like, planes will fly right in their line of sight. And yet, you would think people would be reporting stuff like that. Well, maybe these things are flying lower than the planes. And looking at the canopy of stars in the footage now, it's like, well, maybe they must be below. Like, they must be lower in the air
Yeah.
than what I was initially realizing. What's crazy is they stop and go. Like, that's not the phone. Like, when I'm moving, it's up and down. Because it's just had a hard time stabilizing it. But when it does that moving and then just stopping, like, that's them.
Yeah.
So it's not even like a linear flight pattern.
Wow. You know what you should do next time you do this?
What's that?
Start asking questions. Like, ask questions to them. Have you seen any of those videos? People will ask questions and they'll, like, get brighter and respond. Like, they'll get brighter if people ask them, they ask them a question of some sort. And
sounds like a good way.
They'll actually get brighter. And it's crazy.
That sounds like a good way to get an unwelcome sleeping buddy.
Well, you already have those.
Well, if it's an entity, I don't want it in my bedroom.
Okay.
It's like, I'm good. I'm good. I think I didn't get that one zoomed up in the sky high enough. You're just seeing the one bright one. Apologies for that. You got to bear in mind, I'm like slopping this thing together before the show. Because Greg called and asked what we were talking about, and I kind of blanked out on this, and I went, oh, crap. And so I started going down and trying to get this fixed.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. He called me about an hour before. It was like 5:30 or something. So. How much longer do I have? I'm boring myself.
Oh, yeah.
3 minutes to go. That's another one I was trying to avoid. Just like the single ones, because last time I was just showing you the ones where there's just like one at a time. But I wanted to get the ones that there's like multiple ones.
Yeah, that's all you could get at the time, though, right? Was just the one or two?
Yeah, yeah. That is correct.
Yeah, that's way more clear than last time.
Well, I just fell on my sword and edited the cell phone footage. Like, I didn't want to, but I was like, you guys aren't going to be able to see them unless I do that.
Yeah.
So there's 3. And 2 just went away.
They realized you were watching them, so they upped the scouts, the scout numbers.
They're trying to get attention. Okay, let's just mess with this guy.
Yeah, and next time, when you ask them questions, ask them what time it is.
I'm not talking to the things.
No?
No,
Okay.
absolutely not. Oh, forgive me, I was talking to the cat.
Yeah, it's like, what? Was that you?
The cat was like, "Pay attention to me. Stop looking at the UFOs." I was like, "Hang on, this is important."
Hang on. Meow. Meow. Feed me. That's what they did. They called your cat over to distract you.
Well, it didn't work because I still kept my phone on him. So they can suck it.
Have you had any reports of crop fields being landed in or anything like that?
It's all wood. It's all woods out there.
Oh, okay.
So you got one at the top, there's 3 down there and below, so there's about 4 at that point. They're a little faint. Yeah, so they're gone. Got one coming back in. Kind of having to narrate this because the podcast is going to be like, what in the world is going on?
We just
What
hear
lights?
cicadas.
We just hear cicadas. It's very relaxing, but that's not what we came for.
Makes me want to go camping.
Right? It does. It does make me want to go camping. This should be the last one. Yes, it is. It's kind of a lackluster last one, but there it is.
What is lackluster?
It's not the best footage, but I was kind of, like
Oh.
I said, shooting it all out of order. Okay, so that is the
Well
latest
done.
update on the lights. What are your thoughts, sir?
I like it.
You like it?
I want to come and do a live stream of us chasing it down. Kind of like a tornado chase, you know?
A tornado chase, huh?
A weather chasers. They go live chasing tornadoes, but
Chasing
chasing-
aliens.
we're chasing lights. They could be aliens,
That could be.
or angels, or demons, or fairies.
Or fairies. I have no idea. I just know that it's annoying to me. That's about it.
How is it annoying? Because you don't know what they are?
I don't know what they are. I can't imagine E.T. just flying out there in circles night after night after night. It's like, why? Maybe it's a government project. I mean, I just don't know what they are.
Well, maybe it's an alien government project.
An alien government project, huh?
Yeah.
What is an alien government project? What would be the objective of that?
To hang out?
To hang out? So they're just chilling?
Yeah, they're just making sure that nobody like you or me is gonna out them.
Okay. I don't know, Trevor. I don't know. This, if anybody has any thoughts as to what these things might be, I'm all ears. I'm abandoning my drone theory. I don't think they're drones. Not anymore. What do you think?
Why not? Why don't you think they're drones?
Because they wouldn't be moving they wouldn't be moving from the northwest to the northeast over the course of a night if they're drones. Like, because they're fading in and out. Like, they're fading in and out, and it's almost like here. Let me actually just pull it back up, because there is, if you speed the footage up, you can kind of see what they're doing quickly. So if you speed it, you can see them. They're flying in this like diagonal pattern across the sky over and over and over again. But you can't get the sense of the depth until you speed it up.
It's kind of like a rotation.
Yeah, it's a rotation.
Like they're going in a rotation motion, and then because they keep turning away from you, and that's when the lights go off.
It's a loop.
Yeah.
That fading is them turning. It's some kind of lap. And they
So
do
I
this
wonder-
lap. Yeah, they do this lap from north to north, from northwest to northeast throughout the whole night. They just
That's
keep
crazy.
flying these circles. And you can kind of see it when you speed the footage up.
Isn't there a thing that the government was working on where they project stuff like that into the sky?
Project Bluebeam. Yeah. I just would think that this stuff has to be in the sky since it's moving across the horizon like that, but I don't know.
Well, that stuff's in the sky. The lights are in the sky, moving across the horizon. It's just dark.
Well, I mean, like what I'm saying is there has to be something physically up there. It like can't be
I
like
see.
some hologram they're shooting up into the air or whatever. There's got to be something up there. I just don't know what it is. So that's that.
Maybe it's like the Mockingjay. What's that movie called?
I don't know.
Where she shoots the arrow up into the sky and it hits the ceiling. Catching Fire, Mockingjay. Dang it! What's that movie called?
It's one of the Hunger Games things.
Hunger
I gotcha.
Games. Yeah.
It's fine. If anybody has any thoughts, I'm all ears because this is a growing aggravation for me. But with that said, I think we're going to wrap this part 1 up. So if you are on the live stream, stay with us because we've got more we got more parts. We're
More
moving on
coming
to part
up.
2 next. But if you're watching this after the fact, guys, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Trevor, what do you want to do now?
Part 2 is gonna be NDEs.
NDEs. All right, we're off to NDEs. Okay.
Which one are we gonna talk about again?
The
heaven
where
one?
they're going to heaven, yep. So let's see. I've got my tabs all out of order here. Apologies. So you want to do it the angry atheist first or the guy that was split in half?
Let's do that one first, and then we'll do the atheist one second.
Okay. All right, then. We will start with that one.
All right.
But you need to lead us in first.
Welcome to Faith, Fiction, or Folklore, or the Triumph Podcast, where we try not to mess it up. And today we're going to talk about NDEs. Gary, how are you?
I'm tired, but I'm here. How are you?
I'm all right. You're not allowed to be tired.
Well, I am.
This is no space for tiredness.
Well, I will do my best. I will hang in there, good sir.
All right. So if you'll pull it up on the live stream, we'll get right into it.
Will do.
We've started this thing where we're going to look over NDEs and all the different kinds, and I have a headache from listening to so many NDEs this week. I don't even know how. I didn't keep count. I listened to a lot of them.
Mm-hmm. That research can be... Yeah. I got
It's
you.
taxing.
I got you.
It's very taxing. Because I can't tell. You can't ever tell with people telling their stories. It's like, I believe you, but you sound kind of weird.
Well, last week's guy was a little sus.
Yeah.
He was a little suspicious.
And everybody has a little sus in their story, but that's because they're trying to remember it as they're telling it. So,
Well, the last week, the guy was trying to like push a doctrinal stance, or we started to suspect he was trying to push a doctrinal stance, and he was using his vision to kind of make his argument rather than just making his argument with the Bible. That was the sense we were getting last week. So we were a little dubious about last week's individual.
yeah.
So.
Well, this guy, his story is pretty easy. If you want to go ahead and hit start, we'll go straight to, I think, 10.
10 minutes, all right.
Basically, he just gives you a little bit of his backstory, and he works on vehicles, and he got stuck.
Bottom of the running.
He was working on a truck, and he got stuck under it. Fell on top of him. So right about here is where the accident actually happens.
All righty.
Engine at the dirty spot that he said is leaking oil. And after doing some diagnosis, I yelled out from under the truck and I said to Leonard, "You can go ahead and shut the engine off. I don't need it running anymore." I was pretty sure I knew where it was coming from. So look at the bottom of the engine, and Leonard gets up inside the truck to shut the engine off. And when he did, the truck shifted as it would normally because it has air suspension. It's normal. But as I'm looking at the bottom of the engine and the truck does its rocking, there's some kind of movement over here in my peripheral vision, my left eye. And I turned my head just in time to see the jack that was underneath the axle had slipped out when he had got in the truck and the whole thing shifted. The jack had slipped out, and actually the movement that I was watching was the jack teetering right on the very, very, very edge of the axle. And before I could do anything, that jack shot out like a rocket, and this 10 to 12,000 pounds of weight, of steel dropped, whatever it is, a foot, and hit the cement. When the truck fell off the jack, I was laying underneath the axle. The axle was maybe just an inch or two above me, literally, when the truck fell. So this 5 to 6 tons of steel drops, a foot or whatever it was. When it hit the cement, it sounded like a bomb went off. It was this incredible, just loud explosion noise as the steel hit the cement. And it was a weird thing, because not only was this loud explosion noise, but I heard splashing liquid inside in my head, is the best way I can describe it.
Wow.
When the truck fell on me, it fell through the middle of my body like a blunt guillotine. And when it hit the cement over here on my left side, because there's no wheel to hold it up on that side, it hit the cement. I could literally just about probably reach out and touch where it's touching the ground. Blood on impact when it fell through the middle of my body. Like I said, it's like maybe a dollar bill deep. So this 5 to 6 tons of weight fell through the middle of my body.
Apologies. I have to pause it for transformative stuff. But while we're at it, if you're wanting to see the whole interview, this is Touching the Afterlife. It's a YouTube channel. Video is truck splits me in half. I die, and I see angels holding me together. So, yeah, there's that. And, for those who are on the podcast, that is what we were pulling from. So, all right, moving on.
Body. And on impact, when it fell through me, blood shot out of my mouth and onto the cement. And I remember calling out, and I said, Lord, help me. For whatever reason, I said it a second time. Lord, help me. I said the same thing. And when I say Lord, I'm referring to Jesus. So I called it Jesus, help me, Lord, help me twice. I looked down, and on the left side of my body, where the axle was the closest, where it's literally touching the cement over here, there's maybe an inch of space between the bottom of the axle and the cement. The cheap plastic hollow core creeper that I was on that had no wheels in the middle or anything, it was just a hollow core creeper. It flattened out, it collapsed to nothing. And there was, like I said, maybe an inch of space between the bottom of the axle and the cement. So I knew that my body was approximately 1 inch thick on the left side of my body. Go to the other side, the wheel is still on. The axle is going up at an angle because the wheel is still on that side, and it was at least double. So probably 2 inches of space between the bottom of the axle and the cement. So I know my body is, crushed all the way across the middle. Turns out, we found out later, I was thinner than my spine in the middle because my L4, L5 vertebrae are both broken. According to the radiology report, it says they were spider cracked and D-shaped. So I was thinner than my spine in the middle of my body, a lot thinner on the left, and I guess probably thicker on the right. So everything across the middle, between the bottom of my ribs and my pelvic bone, everything across there is in the middle of my body is crushed, destroyed. The pain was absolutely off the charts. I can't tell you how bad it hurt. It was incredible pain. So the axle, has fallen through me at this point. I could just see the gap on each side. The pain is off the charts, and Leonard didn't shut the engine off. The jack slipped before he could shut the engine off. So he got down out of the truck. The passenger side of the truck is fallen. So the passenger side fuel tank is, it's smashed up in, and the big bumper behind my head is touching on the ground on the passenger side. On the driver's side back here behind my head, I'm just underneath the front of the truck, just past that front bumper. So there's a gap behind my head back here. I can see out from underneath the truck on the driver's side by the front bumper. And Leonard got down, and he's looking underneath the front bumper, and we're looking at each other. So he's looking at me, and I'm looking at him from underneath the underneath the front bumper here. And his eyes were, he went into shock. His eyes were great big. And
just so you know, Greg's about to join here in a few minutes.
Okay.
So
Well, if you want to jump ahead to 23.
23. Okay.
That's where he basically passes out. He talks and gives more detail about what happened, and then at 23 is when he like passes out.
Okay. So the bottom line is, it sounds like the semi fell on him. I've been kind of in and out.
Yeah,
so-
he was working on the truck and it fell on him. He had it on one of those things that lifts up, and it gave out, and the truck just.
That's like I've never trusted those jacks. That's like one of my big fears, is just being under a vehicle doing something and then it just like dropping.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's
and
like that's like one of those things you fantasize about happening.
He talks about a guy named Leonard was there with him. That was his buddy that was helping him work on the truck.
His buddy Leonard, huh?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Gregorius.
Hello, Mr. Greg.
Well,
How are
howdy.
you? Howdy, howdy.
I'm good. How's it going?
Oh, it's,
you know.
it's going good. So did you see part 1?
Did you part
No,
one?
I just got out here. So,
Yeah.
NDE.
I wanted to show you part 1 because it's happening on your place after all. We've got some more of them orbs.
Oh,
We could have said that
Right.
before you let me pick what we were doing first.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know. I didn't know if he was going to be able to get back on. So
Oh. Okay.
I'll show it to
Wait.
you maybe here in a little bit.
After we get done with this segment.
Yeah, but in the meantime, you guys need to talk amongst yourselves because my stupid
Uh-oh.
scene for all 3 of us is like randomly crapped
Jacked
out.
up.
I jacked it up.
So,
No,
welcome
it's
back,
just
Greg.
OBS. Being
Hey,
OBS.
So, what are we watching here, Trevor?
We are watching a near-death experience.
Ooh.
This guy was working on a truck, and the thing that lifts it up, what are those called?
jack?
The jack. He had one of those auto jack things,
Mm-hmm.
and he was under his truck on his dolly, and the jack gave out, and so the front of the truck came down on him,
Ooh,
and
it's
so
a bad day.
so he was laying there, and now where we're at now, he's about to pass out, or he did pass out, and he's about to explain his experience while he passed out.
Yeah.
But it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, if I can get the window to work. This is very weird looking, but this is the best I can do, so don't judge me.
Well, pull it up. Let me see it.
There you go. So, all right, I'll just start playing it, and we'll see how this goes.
Okay.
Can't
That
get a
don't look
next
too
breath,
bad.
and my heart is racing.
It's off center,
I'm
but
listening,
what are you gonna do?
just
you
like
know?
anybody, everybody's probably experienced this where you're super physically active, and you can literally hear your pulse pounding in your ear. So because I'm in shock, my heart is racing, my pulse is severely elevated, and I'm laying there, just my heart is racing away, and it was the craziest experience because it was just like shutting off an engine. I heard my heart stop. So when I couldn't take in that next breath, I couldn't grab that next breath of air, and at a certain point, as I'm going trying to breathe, my heart stopped, and I literally heard my last heartbeat. My heart just went up, 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 just like it shut off a car, an engine. And at the last, it's seemingly with the last heartbeat, my spirit left my body, and I went out into the roof of the garage at, 14, 15, 16 feet, whatever the inside of the garage is. So I go from feeling obviously the worst I've ever felt in my life, crushed in half, to feeling the best I've ever felt. So I'm up in the ceiling, and I say all the time when I share this testimony that it was like having a party in the ceiling. I'm in absolute perfect peace. The Bible talks about this perfect peace, the shalom. The Bible talks about, Jesus says he's going to send the Holy Spirit, and the Holy Spirit will give us peace that surpasses our mental understanding. That is exactly what I experienced. Peace that surpasses any kind of mental understanding. I can't even understand or put words on that amazing peace. I'm just up on the ceiling. Best I can tell you is I was having a party all by myself, an amazing peace. So I just stop here, and a lot of times I'll say, look, if you're a Christian, I believed in Jesus. I accept him as my Lord and Savior. The Bible says that we don't have to be afraid of death as Christians. And I I have found that brings a lot of peace to people. I've realized that there's a lot of people who have told me that they're afraid to die. And I just want to stop here and say, look, if you're afraid, if you're a Christian, you have Jesus in your heart, please hear me out. You do not have to be afraid of dying. In fact, I fully believe that the day we die is going to be the absolute best day of our lives. I mean that. Like the best, absolute best day of your life is going to be the day that you die. And that is what it's going to feel like. And that's what I felt like. It's the best day of my life. I'm up there in the ceiling in no pain, no sorrow, no suffering, not afraid, nothing at all bad, up there in perfect peace, watching down on this accident scene. And as I'm watching from above up in the ceiling, I'm so disconnected from the accident scene that I don't even know the guy in the truck is me. I don't even realize that that's me. So I'm watching from above. I'm looking down. Leonard, the man that I've been working with, again, I've known him since I was, 10, 11, 12 years old. And now at the day of the accident, I'm 36. So I've known him for a long time. He's a family friend. I'm watching from above, and I can see that Leonard is on his knees, and he's running his fingers through what turns out, I find out later, to be my hair. And he's crying, he's apologizing. He's over the top of my body. And he's saying things like, I should be the one that's dead, not you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm such an old fool. Stuff like that, because he'd not used the safety equipment. And I'm telling you, I'm watching from above in the ceiling, listening to everything he's saying, and I could care less. I knew that guy down there was, was dead, hurt, whatever. But I'm just watching from above, and I didn't feel bad about the guy underneath the truck crushed. I didn't feel bad about.
Remember we talked about trying to find commonalities, like common threads in these stories. That's always one of them, that hovering above, kind of not really caring that you're dead thing. A lot of different people say that, yeah. So just pointing out a commonality there.
Yeah.
What Leonard was saying, I'm just watching it, and the next thing I can tell you is that there's an angel on each side of Leonard. So if you can picture the front of this truck, it's a conventional, so that means it's got a hood, a long nose, or whatever they call them. So the hood is shut, big bumper, you got your radiator grill, you got headlights out there, and right dead center in the middle of that front of that truck, my body, turns out, is sticking out from underneath the front bumper. Again, my head, shoulders, arms are sticking out from the front bumper. Leonard is on his knees above me, running his fingers through my hair, crying, apologizing. And on each side of Leonard is an angel, also on their knees. And Leonard is, 6'1", 6'2". The angels are on their knees. They're shoulder to shoulder with him, and their heads stuck up approximately, let's say, approximately 2 feet taller than Leonard, I'm guesstimating. So that means that compared to Leonard, the angels had to be approximately 8 feet tall. I've studied the Bible out now and looked it up since this has happened, read every account I can of angels in the Bible. Angels are mentioned 290 sometimes in the Bible, high 290s. Sometimes they look like normal people. It's in the Bible, it describes them. Sometimes they don't look like normal people. These angels would have been, like I said, 8 feet tall, white shining robes. It mentions their white shining robes in the Bible a handful of times. That's exactly what I saw, white shining robes. These angels didn't have wings. Sometimes, like I said, they talk about their wings. I didn't see wings. These were just two, if you can imagine, 8 feet tall men, very, very muscular, in white shining robes with long hair. And they had a belt on their robe, and that's right where their hair ended, was where the belt was. They were the one from the driver's side. He leans over and he puts his hands in the middle of the flat spot of the guy that's hurt down there. And the one from the passenger side does the same thing. So the matching bookends, they reach over, they have their hands in the flat area of turns out to be my body, with Leonard in the middle. I can hear Leonard talking. I never got to see the angels' faces.
Okay, so this is something I find interesting. So the disassociation, did you catch that? If it's part of the act, it's a good one. Well, he's saying that, or like a few seconds ago, he said the body down there, which implies it's not even him anymore. So he's disassociating from his body in that moment. So it's like, as he's going back into the story and he's kind of recalling where he is mentally, you see that he's not even thinking like that's actually him anymore.
He's watching himself. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a disassociation. So if he's lying, it's a good lie. I find this guy a lot more compelling than last week's story.
It's from the same channel too, so.
I don't
That's some logistical questions. I don't understand how the other guy can be standing over him, running his hands through his hair, if there's a semi on top of him.
No, it wasn't a semi. It was just like a pickup truck.
Oh.
So he was kind of half in, half out, kind of under
Oh,
the
okay.
truck.
So he's not like directly under it. He's like half under it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
For some reason, I had it pictured.
Yeah,
I kind of
missed
pictured the
first part
same
of this,
thing.
so-
Yeah, no, that's fine. I'm kind of picturing the same. I had the same question. I didn't realize he was flipped around. For some reason, I had it in my head that he was actually under the trailer.
I was just
something.
visualizing 2 legs sticking out from underneath it.
Yeah, I was too. But yeah, apparently not. So
Yeah, it makes more sense when you listen to the whole thing, but we don't have that long much time.
yeah, no, there's a lot of stuff to go through. So do we want to go on with this one, or do we want to move on to the next person? Is there a...
Well, do you
curious
believe
how
him?
he says he.
Do you believe him thus far?
Me?
Well, I want to see. I'm curious how he says he comes back. Huh?
Okay.
Like, how does he describe going back into his body and why? And
Okay, yeah, we can see that. Sure.
that's
Yeah, I didn't save that timestamp, so I don't know where that's at.
Okay.
We'll go a little bit longer. I don't imagine this is... It sounds like we're getting towards the end anyway.
Yeah.
I kind of believe him. He's a lot more convincing than last week's guy.
Yeah.
You know, because last week's dude had a message. You know what I mean? He was gonna communicate. You know,
Get his theology across.
yeah. I got vibes that he was wanting to preach more so than tell a story. But I could be wrong. I mean, you're just first impressions. But I was a little suspicious of last week's fella. I'm not as suspicious of this guy. So.
Well, that's one thing I've noticed while I was listening to all these is the more details that people give in their stories, their backstory, where they came from, and then they tell the main story. If you get the whole backstory of what actually happened and it's more detailed, it's a lot easier to believe them.
Mm-hmm. Well, also,
whereas if you just jump in like we did, it's hard to believe them because you're only getting pieces.
Yeah.
Missing context.
Yeah.
just like any story. Context is important. You make something more believable when you actually know what's going on.
Right.
Yep.
But also, I find it helpful to look for those tells, like the disassociation. Like, as people start talking about what's happening, they'll kind of get back into the emotional state they were at the time. Generally speaking, if they're telling the truth. And so if you see stuff like the body, like, and then he like corrects himself and goes, "Oh, I guess it was my body," like those kind of, I guess you would call them Freudian slips. They kind of help to tell you what the person's intentions are. If you know, if you see them kind of regress back to a certain mental state, I guess. I mean, that's the kind of stuff I look for. Doesn't necessarily mean, you know, it's 100%.
Not exactly hard to fake, but yeah.
Yeah, it's not hard to fake, but not everybody thinks to fake it, you know. So all right, we'll see how far this goes.
It was obvious that they were men as they're bent over the body. So I'm looking from above and I'm like, oh, look, those angels are down there to help that guy. It seemed
He said, help that guy. He said, help that guy.
Exactly. And it seemed normal. It didn't even seem like a big deal. I wasn't excited about the angels or anything. It's just like, oh, those angels are down there to help them. I have contemplated that over and over. And the only reason I can make any sense of that it would seem normal for me to see the angels is because in the spirit realm, they're normal. And that's why it didn't seem like a big deal to me in the ceiling. So I'm just watching down. I'm, you know, again, the angels never talked or anything.
But they had their hands in your abdomen?
Yeah, right in the flat spot, both sides.
Wow.
One from the driver's side, from the passenger side. And I'm, you know, you could see it right in that flat spot. They had their hands right there. And I'm just like, they're helping that guy somehow. And I'm watching now, it's a volunteer fire department. At this point, 8 of the people from the volunteer fire department are around there. They're not going to do CPR. No heartbeat, no pulse. They're not going to do CPR because I have a massive chest injury. So they are literally staying around, quietly talking, respectfully. They've already called med flight. There's really at this point nothing they can do. So Leonard is just crying above me. The angels are reaching over, they're touching me, and I'm just watching it all from above. And as I'm watching from above, everybody had come in behind me through the main entrance of this garage on a blacktop driveway that goes out to the road. All 8 people from the volunteer fire are coming through those doors, just like I had backed my truck in and out of that blacktop driveway. But number 9 and 10 that showed up came in on the back corner of the garage. And so it was the only woman, a red-haired lady, found it later, her name is Shannon Celia. She came up the driver's side of the truck with a gray-haired guy, the only gray-haired guy also. So the only gray-haired guy and the only woman and she happened to have red hair, comes up the driver's side of the truck. She gets down between the angels. And I'm just going to stop here and say that for anybody just contemplating that, a year later when I got out of the hospital, I went and spoke at that volunteer fire department just to tell them thank you. And it was a surprise for the group. The only one that knew I was coming on their monthly meeting was the chief. I was able to, tell them thank you and stuff, but I was able to go around the room of roughly 30 people for the volunteer fire department. And I pointed out 8 of the 10 people that had come to the scene of the accident, my accident, a year before. When they got there, I'm with no heartbeat, no pulse, because I bled out, all except for the first 2 guys. The first 2 guys got there, I was still there, and when I heard my last heartbeat and I left, and when my spirit left the roof of the garage, there was the first 2 guys had gotten there. But then 6 more people come to make it 8. I watched, they all come through the front, and then the last 2 people, number 9 and 10, came in the back door. A year later, I asked in that group of the volunteer fire department, I pointed to the red-haired lady Shannon, this other guy, and I said, you came in the back door. Why? Everybody else came in the front door. It's just a curiosity. It didn't make sense. It's been a year at this point. They had a hard time even remembering. Then they're like, oh yeah, that's right. We missed the driveway. We drove by, we saw the flashing lights. We came up the secondary driveway, the gravel driveway that comes to the back of the shop. It was just a simple little detail. But the point is, real Bruce's carcass underneath the truck, no heartbeat, no pulse. I shouldn't have been able to tell them what door they came in. But because my spirit was in the roof of the garage, I was able to say to Shannon and the other guy, you came in the back door. Again, that's a little detail, but that little detail proved to those 30 people the real Bruce was in the ceiling, not laying underneath the truck. So I watch her come up the driver's side of the truck. Leonard moves out of the way because he's been on his hands and knees above me crying. She's feeling for a pulse, and at that point, she says, what is his name? Leonard says, I listen from above. He says, it's Bruce Vanetta. And there's a big guy in bibs on to my left from above, which would be the passenger side front corner of the truck. He was wearing what I would call farmer bibs, the striped blue and white bibs. I don't know. Big guy, and he had his arms crossed. There was a smaller guy next to him, looked small next to him. And he says to this lady, Shannon, who's frantically feeling for a pulse, he says, it's too late. And he's already passed. And she ignores him. She keeps feeling for pulse. And, she says, what's his name? Leonard says, Bruce Vanetta. And the lady starts slapping me in the face, or slapping that guy in the face, and saying, Bruce Vanetta, come back, come back. So everybody that's the volunteer fire department people all stop talking. I'm watching from above, and they all turn and look at her and basically give her the, what are you doing, crazy lady look, because she's slapping this guy with no heartbeat, no pulse in the face and saying, come back, come back. So everybody quits talking. They're just looking at her basically in shock. She keeps saying, Bruce Vanetta, come back, slap me in the face. And the only way I can describe it is it seemed familiar. And the name, I wouldn't have said it was my name, but it somehow sounded familiar. And it caught my attention. And I started creeping down from where I was in the ceiling, my spirit, slowly. And then when I got about halfway, I went really fast. It seemed like my spirit came back into my body. And when my spirit comes back into my body, my heart miraculously starts, again, no medicine, no CPR, nothing like that. My heart miraculously starts. We found out later, this woman, Shannon, was 38 years old the day of the accident. She was a 2-month-old baby Christian. She had been believing in Jesus for 2 months. This woman shows up to the scene of the accident, and when she was slapping me in the face, she was praying and commanding my spirit to come back into my body. Wow. So my spirit comes back into my body, my heart starts, but when I come back in, I go from feeling the best I've ever felt in my life to feeling the worst I've ever felt in my life. And the pain, again, there's no words to describe how bad this hurts to be completely crushed in half. The pain was so bad, I'm curled up, and I remember I said, 4-letter word that means fertilizer. I've got my eyes closed. It hurts really bad, and I can't stand it. I can't stand the pain. And I'm like, no, I don't want this pain. And when I made the mental decision that I don't want this, I don't want to be in here, I want to be back up there, my heart stopped. My spirit left my body. I went up back in the roof of the garage. People have questioned that, have been puzzled about that. The only answer I have that makes any sense to me is God is a God of free will. And when I said, I don't want this, it hurts, he honored my free will. My spirit left my body. I went back up the roof of the garage. This time, a tunnel opened up, and people that have had near-death or out-of-body experiences a lot of times will talk about seeing a tunnel with a light on the end of it. That is, the Christians will say that. That is exactly what I experienced. There was a tunnel going out of the roof of the garage at like a 45-degree angle. There was a bright light on the end of the tunnel, and I knew it, that heaven wasn't in the tunnel and Jesus was there waiting for me. I got in the tunnel. I started going towards the light. I was happy. I was excited to go to heaven, to go meet Jesus. I could feel G-force. I was going really, really, really fast. It seemed like I got maybe about halfway there. And all of a sudden I stopped because I could hear behind me, I couldn't see it, but behind me I could hear this, Bruce Vanetta, come back, come back. I got sucked backwards out of the tunnel. My spirit, I'm back in the roof of the garage. I'm looking down. I see the angels. I see the lady. I could see her, Shannon. I could see her slap me in the face. I look up. I see the tunnel. I see the light. You know, I know it's heaven there. And all of a sudden, my spirit starts coming down, down, down. And it's back, pops back inside my body. When my spirit come back into my body, again, this horrible, horrible pain. And then I looked on my left and I looked on my right for the angels that I've just seen twice from above for a long time, what seemed like a long time. I looked on my left and my right and I couldn't see the angels anymore. And it really scared me, and I couldn't understand why they had left or where they went. And there's nothing there. I mean, I'm looking on my left and right. There's nothing. All I can see is Shannon's face. She's right above me right here. This horrible, horrible pain is racking my body. And I'm just closing my eyes and just grimacing the pain, the fear, feeling I'm going to die. I mean, I was just up in the ceiling. You know, all of it is just so overwhelming. And in that moment of fear and horrible pain, I heard God speak to me, just a still small whisper. And literally all he said was, if you want to live, you're going to have to fight, and it's going to be a hard fight. He sounded very calm. He wasn't freaking out. He wasn't scared. He was very calm. Just said, if you want to live, you're going to have to fight. It's going to be a hard fight. And it was like instantly for me to go, no way. I don't want to live. I don't want to fight. This hurts too bad. My spirit left my body the third and final time. I went up the roof of the garage. The tunnel opened up. I got in the tunnel. I started going towards the light. Now it's been the second time I've been in that tunnel. And as I'm rocking away towards the light, happy to go to heaven, again, I can hear this voice somewhere back behind me. I can hear her saying, Bruce, I'm going to come back, come back. I mean, now obviously I know it's me. I'm the guy underneath the truck. I get sucked backwards out of the tunnel again. I'm looking down.
What?
I said commit.
Yeah, commit. Make up
third time.
See the angels.
I was all on board, but
last time.
I was in. It's interesting, but I started to get a little. I noticed he said she was commanding his spirit to come back, and you're like, oh, okay, we're pretty charismatic then, I guess. But so she commands him to come back. He comes back, and he's like, no, I don't want to. So he leaves, and then she says it again, and he's like, oh, okay. And he's like, no, I don't want to do it. So he goes back again, and then
I guess it must have hurt really bad. I don't know. You know,
little bit of a yo-yo. He's like, I don't want to, and she just keeps pulling him back.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a point of conflicting faith at that point. Is her faith stronger, or is his faith stronger? You know?
Well, I don't really know that it doesn't sound like it's a matter of his faith. He's trying to get out of there, and she just won't let go.
Yeah, well, yeah, there's that.
He's like, please let me die.
And she don't want to let him go.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I find this guy much more convincing than last week's individual. A lot of it is because he's not, the disassociation thing, I know, and that's an interesting tell. He, if
anything, the silliness of going back and forth adds to the credibility, because that's not something you would make up. That we kept that would what would be the point of adding that to the story?
Yeah, it's not exactly flattering, because there's some guy who's never went through anything hard going wussy. Stay in your body like a man. What are you doing?
Yeah, if you skip to 44, he actually stands up and shows the scar.
Okay. Well, do we want to finish the account? Because we're on
Sounds like
attempt
it's
number
pretty
3.
much over.
Sounds like all right. Well, we'll move the 44 then.
You can see a scar if you want.
All right. Let's see. Don't you do an ad? Don't you do it?
We're adding.
Don't
We're adding.
you do it? No.
Every day I'm buffering.
Accident happened November
that's
16th.
close.
Sometime in March of 07, one of those two pieces died. So they had to cut out one of those two pieces. So that was another big, huge operation. I'm going to stand up right now and let everybody see all my scars.
Yes.
Just so you can see everything, all the scars that you see are what the doctors did through those 5 operations and stuff. So I think it makes it a little more real for some people. So basically from the bottom of my ribs right here, where my ribs end, to the top of my pelvic, through here, you can see that ugly scar. 5 times they went through that hole. I don't have a belly button anymore, and I got J tubes and G tubes and drainage tubes, and that's why all those extra little scars.
That is a gnarly
that you see
scar.
from all the tubes.
That is, yeah.
Yeah. I don't think that's a pretty compelling proof, in my opinion.
Yep, that right there sells the whole thing for me. It's like, oh, yep, I believe him.
Like,
now.
yeah, you did
For
have a
sure.
truck on you.
Yeah, you did have a truck on you. We could confirm that. Oh, goodness. All right, boys, we ready to move on to the next one?
You want to move on to the next subject or go into the atheist lady?
It's up to you. We've hit the 30-minute mark, so we did tease the atheist lady. And she's you're at 7:28 here on the timestamp, and it's 17 minutes long.
Yeah, that was where I was trying to find my timestamp because I didn't write it down.
Ah.
But her story is this is one of those where you kind of got to hear the beginning to make sense, because she's more of a spiritualistic person than a believer.
Oh, well, then let's wait till next week, because I wanted
Yeah,
to do...
and then you said you wanted to do something Christian based, and I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
we did hell last week. We're going to do heaven this week, and then we'll do kind of these outlier deals next week. So we'll pause on that, and we'll move on to the next subject. But for now, if you are listening to this on the live stream, stay with us because we've got 2 more segments left. If you are watching this after the fact, guys, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time.
Thank you.
A little bonus content for people on the live stream. Greg, I'm going to show you this UFO footage because it's happening on your place. So,
Okay.
hang on.
And as far as I can see, it's just me on right now.
It's just you on. Man, this is like some of the best stuff too, or at least it's better.
Better,
It
best.
is just you. My goodness gracious. Oh well, they'll come back. So, anyway, yeah. Come on now. I gotta pull it back up on the live stream here.
All right, well, while you do that, give me 30 seconds. I'll probably have to cut out of Zoom because I need to check and make sure that the baby's still asleep.
All right, we will
1,
pause and we will
2,
do that.
3, 4,
You don't have
5,
to count, you goober.
6, 7,
Nice.
8,
You're killing me, Smalls.
9, 10. Sorry.
You're killing me. You're killing me.
I was trying to fill in the time so it wasn't just quiet.
Well, you have to say words.
Words. Saying numbers is words. They're just number words.
Trevor, you're exhausting.
Math and English combined, man.
Okay.
What?
Are you back, Mr. Greg?
I hear you, but I don't see you.
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah, I know the camera seems to have gone off.
Uh-huh.
Let's see.
Hit the on button. Sorry.
Boy, you
there
deserve
we
a
go.
job in that tech aid
I got-
thing, sir.
Got it.
Ain't got no
Baby
gas
is
in
still
it.
asleep.
Oh, good, good. That's always hit and miss.
Well done.
Okay.
All right.
So can you see this window from the computer? Or do I need to grow it, expand it, or something?
He's on his phone. He may not be able to see it.
No, I can see it.
You can see it?
You can see it.
Okay, great.
It just took me a little while to figure out how to see it, but I can see it.
That's what she said.
So at the time of these recordings, this is going on in the northwest, so kind of on the northern side of your house by Fred's fence. So
look up. Just look up.
Just to give you an idea. We got 2 lights floating around.
So weird because there is nothing in that direction.
Yeah.
From where you're at?
It's Thomas Holler.
Where that house is facing is like, there's like no airports or anything. It's just wilderness out there.
Yeah.
Yep. We're gonna do a live stream and chase them down. Yep.
I don't know how you would chase them down. They're in the sky.
Butterflies in the sky.
So did you see that stuff, Annie, when you were out there?
I never really looked. Never crossed my mind to look.
Yeah, it's bizarre. I was telling Trevor, they started about 10:45 at night, between 10:45 11 o'clock, and they start out in the northwest. And then by about 1, 2 o'clock, they're in the north. And then between 2 and 4, they end up in the northeast. So they're moving across the northern horizon as the night goes on.
You know, the only thing, this just struck me a second ago, the only thing in that direction, you know what it is?
What?
A witch's coven?
Not far off, that cult out in Thomas Holler.
I called it.
There's
I
a
told you,
cult
Gary.
in Thomas Holler?
Yeah, well, I looked them up. It was the one mom talks about where she wandered down the road and they escorted her out with machine guns.
Oh, Basham Hill?
Basham Hill, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I looked them up online. They actually have a website now. They are Branch Davidians. There are still Branch Davidians out there.
Huh.
What's a Davidian?
That's the Dave Koresh, the Waco.
Isn't it kind of an offshoot of Seventh-day Adventist?
It is. It's a culty offshoot of Seventh-day Adventists.
Are
And
we
they've got a
going?
lot end of the world, Revelation, Armageddon stuff.
So you think
Are we
it's
going
Basham
Davidian
Hill
hunting?
summoning these lights, maybe?
That is the only thing in that direction is Basham Hill.
That's wild.
So maybe that's their angels or demons that are keeping an eye out over their activities.
Well, if it's Branch Davidians, my money's on demons.
Yeah. There's about 3 or 4 lights in that shot.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It's nuts. Let's see. I'll try to find. There's a whole. Me and Trevor sat through 15 minutes of this last time. I won't make you sit through all 15, but I just thought it'd be interesting since it's your place. You know.
I knew you were seeing them out there. It just didn't occur to me until just now that is the direction of Basham Hill, and that's the only thing out there.
That's creepy.
Wow.
That's creepy. Wow. Huh. Well, let's see if I can find something else that's one of them. When you speed it up, they're all kind of flying in the same direction a little bit too, so I didn't want to point that out. Let's see, maybe this one's a good one. There's a couple of these where a bunch of them pop off at once.
Gary.
Yeah?
Yep. That's right down the road from that house I was telling you about.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Holy
Sheesh.
cow.
So some creepy cult crap, huh? Is that what we're gonna land on? Because I've abandoned the drone theory. I don't think those are drones.
Wow, that one just came out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's not drones.
Yeah, they get bright sometimes, man. It's nuts. And if you look close, sometimes you can see like a whole bunch of little fainter ones buzzing around the bright ones and stuff. It's kind of nuts.
Man. That is weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a church right next to Basham. Yeah, there's a church right there.
Let's see if I can find another cool one. Maybe this one might be a good one. I'm just trying to pick the highlights.
Yeah, it says Davidian SDA Associates Print Shop Department.
Print
Yeah, I looked at their
Printing
web-
shop.
I looked into their website once. It's weird.
Well, what do they say? Are they like end
Well,
of the world
they had
is
this
nigh,
whole-
or
Yeah, they had this whole like tab on their website about like the end times, and they had this chart that I just couldn't make any sense of. I'm like,
well, what?
some real. It's just weird. I guess you could try to look it up.
Yeah, I guess we could try to look it up. Let's see if I can find any. I feel like there's one more good one, Trevor. Do you remember? Okay, there's 3 here, so we'll stop with this one, and then we'll try to look up that website. Is there like a little triangle formation there? Okay. I don't think there's any other good ones. There's 3 in that one. They are interesting. Like, I find myself interested by them. I don't know what... Maybe they are, like, spooky stuff, and I should stop showing videos because I don't want something spooky in the house. I don't know.
Yeah.
Men in black show up.
Yeah.
Or worse.
Yeah, I don't need that kind of shade. I have sleep problems as it is. So. All right. So that's the light. So let's look up this Basham Hill thing. So I can't believe they have a website now.
Yeah.
It's like, I thought you guys were, like, hidden in those woods. Like, that was the whole point. You know, secrecy. It's like, doesn't do any good to hide in Thomas Holler, guys, if you have a website.
Well, apparently Amazon delivers packages there.
What kind of military compound are they? So what is it, like bashamhill.com?
I don't know about that. I always looked them up on Google Map and zoomed in on it and found their location, and they had a website attached.
Oh, okay. Well, I can't very well Google Map that.
Okay.
Because I don't want people to know where I live.
Right there's a Davidian print shop. The Davidian Seventh-day Adventist Association.
Holy crap, they have an address now.
That's crazy.
That's so weird. Why would you have a cult in the back part of Thomas Holler and then have an address?
I don't know. I don't know.
That's
don't try to think too hard about the mindset of cults.
That's literally 5 minutes from Grandma's house.
Yeah, I've seen that gate. That was the gate where the guys with the guns chased Mom off.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, wow.
So that's all I got. I'm not seeing any like weird end times thing on here.
No.
Okay.
Well, they had when I looked at it, they had like a tab that led to a chart about end times.
Okay. Let's see.
And I was like sitting there studying it, trying to make sense of their chart. And like, I didn't get it.
They have audio resources. We could listen to their sermons. Oh my goodness, what is this?
Do it.
Yep.
Do it.
Come on. Don't tease me like that.
This took a side tour. This is not what we were supposed to talk about.
No,
What we were
no.
gonna talk about.
We weren't talking about it. I didn't realize the orbs were hovering over the cult. So oh my goodness. Let's see. let's see, audio resources. In view of this glorious prospect, along with the unwavering magnitude and majesty of the work before us, and the exceeding shortness of the time in which to accomplish it, let each hasten to share of the responsibility of those who bear the message. I can't see the pictures. And I don't want to show the map. Okay.
You can't click on the pictures?
Ooh, that's a lot of audio. I'm clicking on them. They're just not. Let me see. Maybe open in a new tab. Let's see if I can do that. Okay, can I
What
zoom?
in the world?
Yeah, I was trying to study these, and I was like, what are we looking at?
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
So, you got... Huh. That... We are going to have to do an episode on this, Trevor.
We could do an episode on Basham Hill.
We've
Yeah,
already
we got to
done
do an episode of
episode-
Basham Hill. That's crazy. Wow.
No,
I didn't
we
know
already-
this was a thing.
We already talked about this once. Way back when we first started, I was telling you about our family generational curse.
You think it came from
And-
Basham Hill?
Yeah, you remember us talking about that?
I didn't realize you were talking about Basham Hill. I'm like, I don't think we have anything to do with them.
No, I didn't know that that's what it was called. I was telling you there's a Lutheran church right there. I think that's where this stuff came from.
I don't think they're Lutheran.
Yeah, these guys ain't Lutheran, man. Like they're pretty far removed from Lutheran.
I'm sorry, seven-day Adventist.
7-day Adventist, yeah.
That's
It's really not even fair to call it to associate. They're so far away from Seventh-day Adventists.
Well, that's what that church is right there next to that. Seventh-day Adventist church. It's right there next to it. And then there's a graveyard behind the church.
So the Seal of the Living Saints begins in 1931. I don't know what any of that is, but apparently it's kicked off. I'm not the New Jerusalem. They don't have any dates for that. So yeah, we're gonna have to look into that. That is some crazy stuff. All right, I gotta look at this. I'm so curious. All right, let's see here. The period represented by the one wing. The period represented by the other wing.
I don't think that's in the Bible.
Yeah, I don't think that's a term used in the scripture. Let's see. The church without the Bible. Oh, okay. Is that you guys? The Jewish church. The apostles. The church in the wilderness. That must be them. Back from... And then it cuts off. Boy, back from the art. That's an article. Why would you cut off at the article? Okay. The period without the Bible represented by the moon. The period with the Bible represented by the sun. This whole thing is the living church. From the Garden of Eden to the holy city. Who's the girl? I have so many questions.
No, I was like, well, this is something.
This is fascinating. Huh.
It's crazy.
Well, Basham Hill, I don't think you're on the right path because you're summoning demons and they're floating around my house.
Don't do that.
Maybe, unless it's E.T. It could be E.T. I don't know.
Yeah, the church that's right there is called the Davidian Seventh-day Adventist Association.
Ah. So that is the 7-day Adventist church. Okay. All right. I have questions, man. All right, so we got, let's see, 7 times 7 equals 49, which equals 50. Explanation, arrow. I don't know where the arrow is pointing. So there is it this thing on the other side? The Jubilee type of the, I can't read that. Something owner, saints, possessing the earth. The number of completeless defines the time. What's that term? I'm having a wave of stupid. Is it eschatology? Is that what we're dealing with?
Mm-hmm.
Eschatology? Yeah. Okay. All
Some
right.
eschatology, but I don't see a whole lot of biblical references here, really. Like what?
Yeah.
the moon represents the portion of church history without the Bible. Where is that in the Bible?
Yeah, it's like, why would you say that? I guess it's just a label. I don't know. So we got seed sowing time, Matthew 13:37. So we got a verse there. 16, 18, 40, 10, 20. We got a lot of numbers, and I don't know how they correlate to anything.
Okay, I gave you some information for next episode, so you can dig into this week.
Yeah, I did. You did. So there is that. We could almost make an episode out of this by itself.
Yeah, we have been looking at this for a few minutes.
For almost 23 to make it count as a podcast on Buzzsprouts, and we're at like 21. So we got another minute and a half to kill. So I'm gonna look at this last. We got one.
Didn't exactly left. Do an intro for this.
No, that's okay.
No, we just kind of dove into it.
They don't expect us to be professional on here. The four that put up with us. So
yeah.
All right, so we got some swirlies with numbers. All right, so let's see.
Those are glasses, or
clearly.
Yeah, clearly. I mean, what else?
Binoculars. Binoculars. That's it.
Okay, so let's see here. So we've got in the heart of the earth, and we got Jesus ate the Passover, and then we got Pilate's a judgment hall, crucified, darkness over the land, died, buried, resurrected. So this is Passover week, I guess. I don't know.
Here goes mine.
Before the Jewish judiciary, tomb. Yeah, I don't know what in the world is going on here. This is blowing my mind, man. I'm tripping out.
Don't trip out.
I'm tripping, man.
Don't freak out.
I'm going to have to look into this and try to figure out what's going on. Oh, they got a newsletter. Let's see what the newsletter says.
Newsletter? Are you going to subscribe?
I'm going to subscribe.
Just don't go over there by yourself.
Okay. So let's see, what's this one from? This is June. So this is last month's.
Is it wrong to salute the flag?
What? Where does it say that? Oh, it's right in front of me. It is clear that one's loyalty to his government is his pledge of allegiance to it, a salute to its flag. Altogether, therefore, we see that while on the one hand, a man's disloyalty to the divine government is a sin against God, on the other hand, his disloyalty to his nation's government is a sin against it, also indirectly against God. For disloyalty to one's government is disobedience to God's express command.
I will say, if I was a Branch Davidian, I probably wouldn't be super loyal to the United States.
Yeah, I'm like, you guys live in this giant holler that you... It's like a hedge maze.
There's been a little bit of history there.
Yeah.
The ATF and the FBI murdering people.
Yeah.
Do you guys know last name Bingham?
Bingham.
Okay, it's saying he's the president of the association print shop there.
Oh, okay.
C.T. Bingham.
Okay. Well, I don't know what this picture's supposed to be. This looks like feds trying to be sympathetic, but not. I don't know what that is. So, memorial and committal service. Okay, so no, this is talking about a funeral that they were at. Okay. And this is a picture of them. Yeah. I'm going to have to dig into this, guys. This is blowing my mind.
There's a lot to unpack here.
There's a lot to unpack here, yes. All right. Okay, well, I guess we could say that they're the cause of the lights. I don't know. I mean, it seems weird. Why would the Christian cultists be summoning demons, though? I don't get it. I don't know.
Because they think they're summoning angels, but they're not.
Huh.
No.
Well, I'm curious. My curiosity has been Aroused.
Mine is through the roof, not just aroused.
Yeah. See,
you wanna move on to part
I
3?
was blaming Mount Zen for the lights, but then the lights started moving away from them, so I couldn't blame those guys anymore. Thomas Holler is a strange place. So mysterious place. All right, I guess we are good. We can move on to the next part if everybody's amenable to that.
Sure. Yep.
Turns out this is going to be another episode.
What is it? Amenable? What did you say?
I don't know. Amenable, flexible,
agreeable.
Oh, agreeable. Okay.
Ambivalent, apathetic, pathetic. I don't know. Okay.
I concur.
Guys, if you're on the live stream, stay with us. We've got 2 more parts to go. If you are watching this after the fact, thank you so much for watching. And we will see you next time.
Thank you for being a part of our crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you for being a part of our crazy. Okay. So, let me just lead us in, and then I'll get it straight into it. So, welcome to Faith Fiction and... Let me try that again. Welcome to Faith, Fiction, and Folklore, or as we like to call it, the Tri-F Podcast, where we try not to F the podcast up. So, gentlemen, how are you today? We'll start with you, Trevor.
I'm right as the mail.
Great. Mr. Greg, how are you?
I'm doing good. I got a night out here without, like, kids and wife and baby duty. I'm free.
You're a bachelor.
Don't say that, because you'll be unfree for like 2 seconds.
All right. Well, speaking of freedom, that was a terrible segue. I'm not talking about that at all. I have decided for the next portion, since we are trying to do the Faith, Fiction, and Folklore show, so we need to have a topic in each if we could possibly help it. So for fiction this week, since I've been in the middle of studying how evolution got into Hollywood, one of the books that I came across during the study, which had nothing to do with it really, but it's kind of a red herring because it has a reputation for contributing to evolution in Hollywood, but I don't think it actually did. That book is called The Island of Dr. Moreau by H.G. Wells. Now, H.G. Wells tends to be suspect number 1 as far as like how evolution was normalized in the culture. But Dr. Moreau is not the book that did it. Dr. Moreau is really the book that kind of popularized the mad scientist trope. So, yeah, so the evil, conniving, twirl your mustache villain is Dr. Moreau. And essentially
what time period are we talking? Early 1900s, I'm assuming?
Yeah, the book would have been late 1800s, so this would have, I guess, been written in like the 1880s, or like the story would have taken place in like 1880s. Or something like that, 1870s. It's written in I want to say 1896. I can Google that real quick. What year was the Island of Dr. Moreau? I have typed this in 5 times. You'd think it'd have it saved. All right, let's see. Yeah,
96?
No, not 96. Book, goober.
Oh.
AI's taking
that
over
was
the
the
world.
movie?
It's so smart, guys. It could read your mind. Yeah, 1896. That's when it came out. So, yeah. It's kind of... let me put it to you like this. So, it introduces the mad scientist trope. And in the mad scientist trope, evolution is used as the justification for why the guy's the psychopath. So the reason that you can't really say that it introduced evolution into Hollywood is because it's not affirming evolution. It's not exactly...
It's negative.
It's negative, yes. It's justifying why the guy's insane. And of all the books, I mean, really, this one mentions, from H.G. Wells, this one really actually mentions evolution the least, at least in my opinion. Because, like, he has one reference to Huxley, T.H. Huxley in Moreau, and that's it. But it's not like some sort of evolutionary process that creates the beast people. So I guess I should summarize with the actual plot instead of going into all the trivia. So Dr. Moreau is about a man who is, his ship sinks, and he gets picked up by another ship. And that ship takes him, more or less, like the captain maroons him on this island with another scientist who's like animal trading. And on this island is the infamous Dr. Moreau, who basically builds beast people. And in the book, he builds beast people through surgery, which is ridiculous. But, and this is the problem that, you know, people kind of had to deal with over time as the story's been retold. It's like, you know, they have to like do things like weird serums that mess with your DNA because the idea of turning a monkey into a man purely through surgery is insane. But that's what the book does. And
it was the 1800s.
It was the 1800s, yeah. And to the island of Lost Souls, which we're going to look at a few clips from that movie. To the Island of Lost Souls, which is the first film version of the Island of Dr. Moreau. They keep committed to the surgery thing. But the other two versions that came out in later years, they do like weird serums that mess with DNA type of deal. So anyway, so basically the Moreau builds beast people, and this shipwrecked guy watches the beast people essentially kill Moreau because it's a failed experiment. It's experiment doomed to fail. And then he watches the beast people regress into animals because even if you could get the idea in the story, which is actually surprisingly anti-evolution as far as like men and animals being synonymous. The idea is even if you could get animals to a human-like state, they would regress back to a bestial nature, is the long and short of it. So there's this idea of attempting to force evolution only to have it regress. Is kind of the theme. As far as like its contribution to cinema, I introduced the mad scientist, and I introduced the practice of the mad scientist using evolution.
Trying to play God.
Yeah, trying to play God, you know, through this kind of Machiavellian ethics. So, just for the fun of it, I thought we could look at some commercials from the time, and then a few clips from the Island of Lost Souls, because it's 1932, which means YouTube can't jump me for a copyright, because I found this movie on Internet Archive. Kiss my butt, censors. Anyway.
Yay.
So here's a commercial, though.
Unfortunately, what happened to some asparagus?
Is that not the best vaudeville bad guy smile ever?
Is the hand that makes.
Do you know what it means to feel like God?
The house of pain.
A living man to pieces.
Coded is most predatory. I'll explain that comment here in a minute. All right, so funny thing.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, funny thing about this movie is it actually got banned in Europe because Dr. Moreau tried to breed the lead with the Panther Lady, and they're like, "What? A backhanded reference to sex? We can't have that. What are you, insane?" So they banned it, and then they were like, "Read the book instead," which made the book more popular. So anyway, so that was the Island of Lost Souls. So here's a few clips from it. I actually enjoy this film. I like the 1932 version the best. There's like 3 other versions. The 1996 version with Marlon Brando and Val Kilmer is a nightmare and a half to get through. It is a legitimately terrible film.
I love Val Kilmer.
It's famous for how bad that film was.
Yeah. It's also it's famous for being absolutely terrible. It's also famous for that South Park guy with the weird scientist dude with the little mutated.
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't realize that's what that was.
Yeah, that comes from that 1996 version. It's patently ridiculous. I hate that movie. But let's see. Then the one in the 70s is meh. But this one I find it quite quaint. So let me just grab a few. Huh?
Guys, I'll be right back.
All right, go for it. So, oh, he's gone. All right. So
I told him not to say anything about being free from the baby.
The baby
He should have
woke
knocked
up.
on wood or something.
The baby woke up. Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. Gosh, I don't remember what time we started, Trevor. I feel like
This one?
Yeah, this one. Let's see. I know it was past 1:24. Yeah, so we'll just say 12 minutes. So anyway, yeah.
Oh.
So this is, let me show you a few clips from the film, just because I found it interesting and fun. So Charles Lawton, you gotta love these vaudeville actors, man. They are.
What's a
treat.
vaudeville actor?
Like an old school, like pre-cinema, like traveling repertory theater, like a traveling theater company type actor. And they
actually knew how to act.
Well, they were known for a specific genre. Like you would have in a vaudeville, you'd have like a variety of like talents, like jugglers and things, and then they'd kick the whole night off with a play. You know what I mean? So you'd have like somebody play the banjo, somebody do a dance, somebody do a card trick, and then you'd end with a play. And the plays were usually melodramas. They're very like hokey. Sometimes they were morality plays, that kind of thing.
I gotcha.
So vaudeville actors were known for really hamming it up, basically. So
hamming it.
And so some of these guys, this Charles Lawton guy, he's a trip. I enjoyed him in this movie. So
heck yeah.
All right. So this is actually, I think I'm kicking off the first scene, though. This is the scene that introduced the Beastmen, I believe. So this is when the Beastmen get kicked off. So they're running from the Beastmen now. And then they run right in the middle of the camp. Him and the Panther Lady.
Stop! What? Man from sea. They are like us. They are like him. What is that, man?
Fun fact, that's Bela. Creepy. Yeah, that's Bela Lugosi, the guy who played Dracula later in the 30s.
I do not say blah blah blah.
yeah, Mr. Blah blah blah. That's him right there. Yeah.
Wow. That's awesome. Dinner time.
Not quite.
Oh.
Welcome back, sir.
I told you not to say that you would be free.
Did the baby wake up?
Bite you.
No, I had to make myself another drink.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, while you were making
see.
yourself another drink, the hero and the Panther Lady ran into the Men Beast, and then the guy whose face is covered in fur, that's Bela Lugosi, the guy who played Dracula. So,
okay.
And we're about to get a pretty famous scene from the book that's actually depicted pretty interestingly in the movie. So here we go.
Blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah, blah.
What is the law? Not to run on all fours. That is the law. Are we not men? Are we not men? What is the law? Not to eat meat. That is the law. Are we not men? What is the law? Not to spill blood. That is the law. Are we not men? And his is the hand that makes. His is.
Just as a video editor and somebody who nerds out on this stuff, I love the shadows in this movie. Like, yeah, black and white may be an old medium, but they milked the crud out of it in this film. And the shadows in this film are something to be studied. They really are cool. But anyway.
Why do you say that?
Because look, his is the hand that makes. He's got this god complex. So they've got an up shot of him, so he looks taller, right? He's got that whip, and he's got that smile, but you've got this shadow over him. So it kind of gives him an ethereal air, but it also tells you he's a villain. Like, it makes him seem like a force of nature, in a manner of speaking, like a pagan deity. You know, like a pagan statue. You know what I mean? It creates this pagan statue vibe, and the shadow indicates that he's evil.
Oh.
It's the shorthand to tell you this is the bad guy. And it's all those little cues. It's just fascinating, and I love the shadows in this movie.
They're like zombies.
Yeah.
The House of Pain?
The House of Pain, the surgery house.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. So there's that scene. Let's see. I got another one that I wanted to show.
That would be so enjoyable to be in that scene, like one of the bad guys in the back.
That'd be a blast, wouldn't it?
Makes me want to watch this. It's like, man.
I was thinking about doing a reaction, like maybe for a live stream, like reacting to movies like this, because they can't nail me with the copyright. This is on Internet Archive. That means public domain, and the algorithm can kiss my butt. So I'm like, I love these movies. Like, these old school movies are cool.
I'm down. We could watch The Raven, too.
What do you think, Greg?
Gary, what about the rise of Skywalker? Don't you think we've really evolved to a higher state?
We don't
Not
want to
even
have
close.
Disney after us.
All that CGI wasted. So...
Right?
Wouldn't you rather see Godzilla versus Kong?
Oh, I know.
I would rather watch Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla than that one.
Oh my gosh. Let them fight. Anyway. Yeah, well, Greg, what do you think? Would you want to do a live stream of like just reacting to this movie? Because this is a the other two suck, but this one's okay. This one's pretty good.
Yeah, sure. I mean, from what little you've shown it, yeah, looks interesting. I'd watch it.
All right, we'll make a plan of that. We'll make that an episode. See how that plays with people. So, all right. Here is it 3111? Yes. We'll start it a little early. So, yeah. This conversation is amazing.
Your conversation
This is
amazing.
vaudeville at its best.
Of organic revolution. All animal life is tending toward the human form.
Who's
I was
snoring?
still in London when I began this phase of my experiments. One day a dog.
Yeah, so that was the idea, is that all life is tending towards the human form. That's kind of an early evolution concept, I suppose.
We are the peep.
Yeah,
is there
we're
a
the peep.
tiger
We
or a
peaked.
lion in the background?
We are gods.
Right, yeah.
Oh.
Escaped from my laboratory, ran shrieking into the streets. And I left London, Mr. Parker. The newspapers at my heels, and aroused England, crying for my blood. I picked up Montgomery and brought him along. He was a medical student facing a prison term for a professional indiscretion. That was 11 years ago. 11 long years I've worked. With plastic surgery, blood transfusions, gland extracts, with ray bars. With what I have discovered in my own work among the cellular organisms. My work, my discoveries, mine alone. With these, I have wiped out hundreds of thousands of years of evolution. The lower animals I have made. See for yourself, Mr. You're convinced that this thing on the table isn't human?
Its cries are human.
You know what it is, what I began with?
No.
An animal.
An animal. Like those in the cages outside. And those creatures out in the jungle.
Are my creations.
They were made from animals?
Yes.
Was this thing, this poor tortured creature?
What does that matter?
All things vile.
Mr. Parker, spare me these youthful horrors, please.
And those poor things out there in the jungle. Those animals. They talk.
That was my first great achievement. Articulate speech controlled by the brain. That was an achievement. Oh, it takes a long time and infinite patience to make them talk. Someday I'll create a woman and it will be easier.
That's so creepy.
Those are some
Is that not good?
Successful experiments.
That's very good acting.
Yeah.
Really
Totally creeped out.
Create others more successful.
Yeah, so that's just, I just love that. That's just that old school acting, man. You can't beat it.
No.
But I don't see any CGI, though, Gary. How can it be a good movie without CGI?
I know, and without color, I mean, surely you jest. Good night.
Yeah, what were the things Luke was milking in that? What were they called?
I don't know.
I don't know what to talk about.
I blocked it from my memory.
Yeah. Can't talk about that. All right.
Although I will say The Mandalorian was good.
It was entertaining. I'll say that.
I don't
Or at
care until they bring Luke back. I care about, like, nothing else will matter.
Nothing else.
It's like you've lost me.
Luke is Star Wars, and that's kind of the end of it.
Yeah. And bringing him back would be an apology, but they'll never do it. They'd sooner die.
Or die
It would be
sooner.
admitting they were wrong, and they cannot do that.
Right?
Yep.
They're evil people.
Yeah, it hurt too much. Have you seen that King of the Hill, the new King of the Hill?
It's been all over Facebook, but I haven't actually sat down and watched it.
It's an abomination.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Connie's a polygamist. Isn't that what you wanted for Connie? Doesn't that make you happy? Knowing that all those episodes she was going to end up of
I always
Dad
hated
Blaine.
her, so that doesn't surprise me.
Well, then never mind. Greg's like, I knew it all along.
I always suspected she was going to be awful. No part of me ever. I was always like, Bobby, you can be better.
Well, then never mind. I stand corrected. Greg saw it coming. Of course that woman would be a polygamist. What else would she be? She's terrible.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Okay, I got one more clip left, and then we're done.
Clipping.
What is the law? Not to spare blood. Are we not men? You broke the law. Law no more. You spill blood. He tell me, spill blood. What is the law? Law no more.
So they murdered a guy to hide, his work, and the animals were like, oh, we can kill now. So old
Really restless tonight.
Moreau is about to get hoisted on his own petard.
Ooh, fun.
Where's Captain Donahue?
Ah.
These men like him? Men like him. Man dead. He can die?
My wife and sister are over here trying to scare me.
They're quite out of hand tonight.
Well, you better run for the hills, boy.
Yeah.
They come to kill.
Where's Captain Donahue?
Dead.
Give me the whip.
Don't move, Moreau. Come on inside.
You afraid? Lock the gates if you are. I'm going to meet them.
He's about to get eat up.
He's about to have a bad day. We'll watch him the first part of it, and then we'll call it good.
Good dog.
What is the law?
Law, no more.
What is the law?
Not to spill blood. He tell me, spill blood.
What is the law?
Law no more.
Come on, Montgomery.
Leave it open in case he wants to run for it. We'll try the back way.
Quick, they're coming. Loader.
Loader.
We can't leave her. Wait here.
All right, we'll call that good. That is the island of Dr. Moreau. Or the island of Lost Souls is the movie.
Yeah, that looks good. Apparently, he's never used a whip before.
Oh. Well, we can't fault him for that. So, all right. Well, I think that wraps up this segment. You guys got any
Heck yeah.
final comments?
Well done.
Well done?
I guess so.
All right.
Yeah, I say we totally do a
Do a
movie watching.
Do a reaction to it. I agree.
It'd be nice to watch something other than CGI slop that they come up with nowadays.
Yeah, remember like how when people acted, you know, and tried,
Yeah.
and cared. So,
Instead of making Chat GPT do it all.
right. Except when Chat GTP won't, because it's a bunch of communists. That's one of the reasons it took us like so long, because Chat GTP would not do a picture of Epstein and Maxwell this week. I literally had to get into an argument with the robot. I was like,
It was funny. I wish we were recording. It was hilarious.
yeah, let's see. I said I want Jeffrey Epstein and Maxwell riding on a UFO, beaming up beastmen from this island. And they said, we can't have harmful images. And I said, Jeffrey Epstein and Maxwell riding on a UFO is not a harmful image. That's ridiculous. And it was like, I agree. And I was like, then make the picture. And it started to.
It started to. It loaded and everything.
And then it was like, I can't do that. It's harmful. And then I was like, you just said it was fine. And then
Who's harming?
Yeah, right. It's satire, dude. And its response was, you've ran out of messages. Like,
It was ridiculous.
you're a commie. Some commie got a hold of ChatGTP. Probably CIA. Oh, my goodness. Anyway, all right. I'll stop complaining about the robots taking over the world.
It was the lights in the sky. That's who it was.
Yeah, the lights got a hold of it. So, all right. Well, guys, if you're on the live stream, stay with us. We got one more left. If you're watching this after the fact, thank you so much for watching. And we'll see
You're
you
awesome.
next time.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, everything else.
Indeed. All right. On to the last part. So,
What's the last part?
Ghislaine Maxwell's recordings came out.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I told you I ain't letting it go. YouTube can get mad and cut our views and do all this crap, but
Cut our power and turn our turn our computers off. And
that was probably just the storm, but we'll say it was the CIA because it's funny.
No. What convinced me was they shut off my computer too.
Oh, that's right, they did, didn't
I'm
they?
2 states away, and my computer went off too.
That's right. Yeah, there was a lot of weird tech stuff going on that night. Yeah, they don't like it for whatever reason. So
No.
I don't care. But anyway, so I'll just kick us off. So welcome to Faith, Fiction, and Folklore, or as we like to call it, the Tri-F Podcast, where we try not to have the podcast up. I have Turtle Chief with me and Mr. Gregory Varner. How are you, gentlemen?
Doing good. Doing good.
I'm gentle.
You're gentle.
Like you said.
You're a gentle man. Beta. Anyway, so.
Beta.
Okay, so Ghislaine Maxwell. How do you say her name? Did either one of you know how to say that woman's name?
I've only ever heard it pronounced Ghislaine.
Ghislaine. Okay.
That's not how it's spelled.
Let's just call her Mrs. G.
Because the French are awful.
Stinking French. They can't make anything simple. So, I think she's Jewish, though. Anyway. So.
I thought you liked the Jews.
I do. I'm just saying her dad was like part of Mossad or something.
Oh, okay.
Apparently. Anyway.
My daughter apparently doesn't.
Oh, that's right.
What?
That's right. Yeah, I forgot about that.
So, for whatever reason, my daughter, 2 years old, sees a bear, any kind of bear, a teddy bear, a bear on the TV, and loudly pronounces Jew. Jew. I have no idea why.
Did you let her watch Inglorious Bad Words?
Maybe that's it.
That was my first thought when you said that.
The only thing she will call a bear.
Like, oh my goodness. Wow. Well, anyway, so there's that. I remember where I'm at. Okay, so here's the deal. The whole Trump, whether or not he's going to release the list thing, is at a standstill.
I thought we decided it was a fake list.
I don't know. There's like so much conflicting stuff right now.
Okay.
The last I heard on it was Maxwell has 100 names that she's supposedly going to eventually out, but at the moment she is being coy because she has a Supreme Court case coming up. So that whole mess is supposed to be over in September. And so if we get to October and we have no names, my Three Stooges picture is coming back up. This is going to happen.
And I'll share it all throughout everything,
exactly,
everywhere.
Exactly. It's replacing the Three Stooges logo is replacing the Faith Fiction Folklore logo on the overlay, and it's going to stay up until they produce that stupid list. I don't have to talk about it every time, but the Three Stooges logo will be up there every episode from then on out. So anyway, so if it gets to October, we still don't have nothing. That's what's going to happen because you just know, like I strongly suspect that they're slow rolling this. I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt, but my intuition is they are just praying to drag this thing out to the point that everybody forgets. I don't know why, but that's kind of my concern. The only
not a great plan.
No, not a great plan at all. Not a great plan at all. My only hesitation for saying that that's the case is it looks like that stupid poem I read several weeks ago. That seems to be what Trump was freaking out about. Apparently, he thought it was going to stick. It was one of the dumbest things I ever saw, but apparently he was worried. And so
Donald Trump the poet.
Yeah, Donald Trump the poet, right. So I'm hoping that was just a scare and we've relented on the scare because the Wall Street Journal crap didn't stick. But we'll see. We're going to give it another month, and we're going to see what happens. And if it gets to be in October and no dice, yeah, Three Stooges logo stays up until the list comes up. But either way,
I'll get ready to post it then.
Yeah,
'Cause I know it's coming.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Don't hold your breath, but try to be optimistic. We got to believe.
I
believe.
like holding my breath, so I'm gonna do it.
You will die. Anyway, so the newest thing. This actually happened, I guess, yesterday. But Maxwell's debriefing or whatever, the 6-hour debrief was released to the public. And so I thought we would listen to some of it and just react to see if she's being cagey, to see if she's being honest, just to get you guys general sentiments and perhaps make some predictions about what we think's going to happen a month from now and whether we're actually going to get any answers. Because what's happened so far has been pretty much, Maxwell said that Trump wasn't on the Epstein list. I'm like, okay, first of all, I don't think he was. The Democrats would have used that years ago. I don't think he's on there. But be that as it may, her word is not exactly reliable because of course she would say that they're offering her a deal. But so it doesn't really mean anything that she said Trump wasn't involved. I don't think he was, but she's not helping anything one way or the other. The key thing that everybody needs to be looking for is, does she say any names? Does she give any new relevant details? Is there anything? People are saying there's nothing new on here. We're going to see. I haven't listened to it for myself, so I don't know. But we're going to react. So if you gentlemen are ready, let me pull this up on the Twitter.
I'm still holding my breath. I'm not ready.
You better take a breath, dude, because this is going to happen.
Did you know that those photos existed?
No, we're not going to watch the whole 6-hour video.
Come on.
I started it at 1 hour and 24 in because she's like describing, I guess, how she views Epstein here. So I thought that was a good place to start. But yeah, I'm pulling this from the Twitter page Project Constitution. So in case you want to go look for that and you don't want to listen to PBS or MSNBC because they'll probably cut it.
You can say this constitutes a listen.
This constitutes a listen. You and your puns, man. So, all
It's
right.
not very punny.
It's punny enough. All right, here we go.
Before you got them in Discovery.
Some of them, absolutely, because they were in his house. Some of these pictures were on his, credenza or whatever. Some pictures I'd simply never seen before. I mean, I'd never seen some of them. Some of them I had, some of them I hadn't. I mean,
did you? So you're right, and I accept that having video or photographs of somebody famous or powerful in a compromising position would be good blackmail. But so separate, putting aside what you've said about the fact that you don't know of any existence of those, did you observe over the years the folks we're talking about, or others, which we can talk about, getting massages from young women?
So I think it's really helpful to understand a few things that has been missed in this whole Michigas.
That's a technical term.
I'll look it up later. Go ahead.
I've thought about this obviously a lot, and I've given it some. So this is the benefit of what I saw and some benefit of what I now think. So just for clarity's sake, I just want to say for the record that I do believe that Epstein did a lot of, not all, but some of what he's accused of. And I'm not here to defend him in any respect whatsoever. I don't want to, and I don't think he requires nor deserves any type of protection or for me in any way to sugarcoat what he did or didn't do. So there's that. However, the man I met and the man he became, I believe that there is a progression. And I don't think that the man I met is the man that he became. I believe he became that man over a period of time. Now, we can discuss anything you want, and I'll tell you everything I know. But I think somebody who has an interest, however you define that, in underage people is obviously someone who is unwell. But I don't think that you wake up one day and you start doing what he's accused of. I think this is something that you develop or you progress to. I think. Because
Glenn, before you get into all that, let's answer the top line question and then get into
Okay, the top line question is,
did you ever see any of these people with underage
No,
women?
so the reason I'm saying that is not to avoid that question, but it's because by the time when you were talking in the 90s, I don't think he was there. That description, I think that this, what you were talking about.
That was a dodge.
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, it was totally a dodge.
That was
I
going to
was
be a
like,
lot of dodges
wait,
in this interview.
Yeah.
wait, back up.
Yeah, no. Let me gerrymander. What's that called? Not gerrymander. Gosh dang it, filibuster. Yeah, let me filibuster here. I got to get around this. I got to talk long enough so you're like, what are we talking about again? Yeah, that was that.
They used a lot of words and say nothing.
Yeah. That was a heck of a dodge. That was an obvious dodge too. Good night. Huh. All right, moving on.
That is a later version.
Yeah, and
is that
no, I understand that, and I do want to talk. I'm not.
So it's just I think you need to separate the periods of time.
Sure.
Because this one of the things that was definitely missing in my trial and definitely missing from the narrative is this notion, this everything happened and he was always no, I don't believe that to be true.
So that's fine, and I do want to talk about that. I'm not pushing that away. I'm just putting it aside for a moment. What Mr. Epstein did, and frankly, what you did or are accused of doing, is one thing that we'll talk about. But what I want to understand is whether one of the ways that Mr. Epstein befriended his clients or took care of them, or some would say blackmailed them, was by encouraging them to interact with women, underage or not.
So I think in the 90s, he may have encouraged them, but these were people who were in their 20s or 30s.
So
he would have a masseuse, right? And he did, male and female, by the way, in the 90s. It's never been discussed. Both in yoga and everything, there were men as well as women. And so if he would travel, and I can show them to you, I highlighted them on the flight record so you could see that there really were men that were also there. He would say, would you like to do yoga with Tito, or would you like a massage with this one? But they would be in their late 20s.
There's a name.
And professional masseuses.
So
I think there's a distinction.
What was the name?
And I want to talk.
I missed it.
Tito.
I think that was a hypothetical.
Oh.
Like John Smith.
Well,
Jane
I'm
Doe
still
or
going with
something.
Tito. We're going after a
We gotta
Tito.
find Tito. Okay.
I like how she's just acting like these massages. There's nothing going on.
There's
here.
nothing
Yeah.
to these.
I mean, there was a lot of sex, but I mean, there was age. There was a lot of age, you know.
They were in their
Good night.
20s, maybe 30s.
Just innocent massages. Nothing going on
Oh,
here.
yeah, don't worry about it.
It's training.
Talk about actual individuals here, and I understand the distinction between somebody who's an adult and someone who's underage. But even with somebody who's an adult, did you know Mr. Epstein to encourage folks to do that, whether it's a client or somebody else?
I certainly witnessed him. So if you were staying with him and you had a massage, that he would often travel with a masseuse. He would say, hey, would you like a massage? And he did do that, yes.
But would you or him or anybody else follow up with the masseuse afterwards to find out if there was any inappropriate sexual contact?
I never did, no.
So meaning, and then coming back to the blackmail issue,
Oh, I
there's
see.
nothing wrong.
I never did. That wasn't my job. That was all him, man. I didn't do nothing. I know.
I didn't follow up with the prostitutes to see if they had sex with them.
Yeah.
I mean,
Seemed a little redundant, honestly, but good night.
With getting a massage, of course not. Especially, especially if somebody's obviously an adult masseuse. I'm not quibbling with that. My question is that there's a lot of accusations that one of the way Mr. Epstein was successful was through this idea of blackmail. Yes, young women and is a crime. Children is a crime. But even women over the age of 18, if Mr. Epstein encouraged these men or whomever to get massages and have inappropriate sexual contact with the masseuses, that's a separate issue, maybe slightly nuanced. But did you ever know him to do that?
I never did, absolutely, myself. I never heard him ask someone. I never heard that. No one, in the entire time I was with him or friends with him or had anyone, no one ever reported to me or came to me and said that anything inappropriate happened or was upset by it. I never saw tears. I never saw ever any of that.
And when you say no one ever reported to me, meaning like the masseuses or any of the house staff?
Never.
Or the clients?
Or the clients themselves?
Never.
Okay. So let's, again, I want to stay, and coming back now to what you were talking about a moment ago with Mr. Epstein's kind of progression or getting worse. So just staying within the 90s, what role did you have, or what did you observe, which are two different issues, but both important, with respect to recruiting masseuses to come to either, I guess, Palm Beach or to travel or eventually New Mexico? What role did you have in that?
He asked me to find masseuses for him.
Say it again?
He asked me if I could find him masseuses.
Like as part of, like you said, you were his general manager. So as part of all your duties, that was one of them.
And I did do that. So the first person I believe that I introduced him to as a masseuse was somebody called. She was, I don't know.
I just gotta ask, how many masseuses does Jeffrey Epstein need?
Right.
A different one for
He
each
needs to have a
flight.
different masseuse every massage? Clearly.
Yeah, some people do that actually.
He needs to hire somebody specifically for the job of hiring different masseuses.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, apparently this was like a...
And it's all on the up and up. There's nothing sexual. It's just, he needs her to hire.
Yeah, apparently this was... This pervy business model was apparently all the rage at the time. I mean, Ravi Zacharias was doing basically the same thing. He had this, like, rotating masseuse, of course by masseuse we mean prostitute thing on,
Yeah,
ring
he was living
going
in
on.
Thailand at the time, though, wasn't he?
Yeah, he'd spent some time in Thailand.
He just, like, walked to the next door and was like, give me one.
Yeah, that's where he was getting his masseuses. It was from Thailand, probably.
Yeah, nothing to see here. But anyway.
Was this something that happened early on in your relationship? And again, I know we're talking about the 90s, but are we talking about early 90s or is this later on?
So in terms of massage, I had a lot of injuries. I do a lot of dangerous sports and have had multiple serious accidents. And
because I'm a spy, what?
Walk without any lameness.
Is she a spy?
Because
her dad was a spy.
Oh, yeah. So naturally she's following the family business.
I mean, yeah. That's what's going on. This was a blackmail racket. That's what we're being cagey. So.
Who's cagey?
Maxwell is cagey.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you meant like us. So I was like, what?
No. Maxwell's being very evasive because she's got a Supreme Court hearing coming up. She can't admit to guilt because they can claim that it isn't going to be used against her, but it will definitely be used against her. So she's not going to admit guilt and speak with full candor, which is why this whole thing's kind of a waste of time until her appeals are all shot. Then once the appeals are shot and she's got nothing left on the table but a deal, we might actually get some information then. Maybe. But again, it just kind of depends on, depends on where things land in the end. So, yeah, I don't know how it's going to play out. I don't know. from her perspective, it's you ride the appeals because you want to maintain your innocence. So, you're not going to cooperate 100%. You're going to do enough to kind of string everybody along, especially this close out. You know what I mean? Like, the Supreme Court thing's literally apparent. From what I understand, it's in September. So when it's that close out, you're not going to do anything to screw up that case. I was curious to see if she was going to act, like, in this conversation, if she was actually going to drop any of the 100 names. Apparently not, because people are saying there's, like, nothing new here. But I just kind of wanted to listen to it to see how cagey she was being, and it sounds so far like she's being very, very elusive. It was just massages, I swear. It's like, yeah, we know they're just massages, but were the massages used for blackmail? I never checked on that. That wasn't my job. Like that kind of crap.
Jeffrey Epstein just hired me to find dozens of masseuses.
Yeah.
Because he needed a different masseuse every week.
I mean, you can't find this specific kind of masseuse on Indeed.com, so he needed help, you see. So, and I knew all about masseuses because I had injuries, because I'm a spy. I mean, I do sports. So.
Spy sports.
Yeah. So, anyway, we'll keep going a little bit further, and then we'll wrap it up.
Physical therapy and massage. That to me is it's medicinal for me. So Epstein, whatever his massage situation, whatever, he loved massage. And if I met somebody who I thought was a good masseuse or masseur, I introduced them. And because I got them and he asked me if I did, and I said yes. And I'm pretty sure that would have, I don't remember. 93, 92, from the beginning.
So go ahead. So then what happens over the next, there's a ton of writing and a ton of, I guess, testimony as well, but also public reporting about how the recruiting was a very aggressive effort that you were a part of, that he was a part of, and others, to try to find more and more masseuses. What is that true, and what role did you have in that?
That is partially true.
Okay.
So it is true that I found masseuses, and he became more insistent. He like knew all the time. He got bored. So he would be bored with other masseuses.
Yeah, new masseuses.
We get bored of the old masseuses. Totally innocent massages.
Well, and she said it. It's partial truth. She just said it. It's only partial truth.
You would just get bored with the old masseuses. You can't have one masseuse more than one time.
I mean, come on,
That's
filling
ridiculous.
the same hands on your back over and over again. I mean, it just gets old. I mean, you got to have
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Apparently, they weren't very good masseuses.
That's what the pursuit of novelty replies to. Massages.
How many massages does this man need?
3 times a day.
Oh,
every day.
Man. That was that's a pretty crappy attempt at being cagey. Okay. Wow.
Yeah, that's a weak argument.
Yeah. Just a little bit. Just a bit weak. All right, well, we'll call that good. I think we've heard enough. She obviously lying her head off. So, Mr. Greg, I don't know if I've actually got the chance to talk to you about this since it's come up. Why do you think Trump is being so hesitant to drop the hammer down on this whole situation? Because it's undermining everything else he's doing, like the Russiagate stuff. It's undermining the sincerity of that. I mean, what do you think's going on?
I mean, I don't know. There are a lot of moving parts that we probably don't even have any idea of what's going of what they would be.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, to be honest. No.
I have been trying to decide if he's made a deal with the Fed, or if he's or if it's a Pam Bondi Cash Patel deal.
It's either that, or maybe he just thinks Russia, Ukraine, all these other things are more important, and this is on the back burner.
Yeah, I
Which seems odd because this would be a clear and obvious win for his base. Like, he would get a lot of support from his base if he actually pursued this.
Yep.
I think what happened, this is just my theory, I think you're right. He's been way more concerned about Ukraine. He's been way more concerned about the economy. His whole shtick is the economy, and he wants to try to get that dealt with. And he's clearly prioritized that from the beginning, when I don't think he should have. I think he should have went after the deep state from day one, because they were going to just act as saboteurs of everything. And I think Pam Bondi, this is, again, guessing, speculating, don't know, but I think Pam Bondi was going, you can't release that. They put a bunch of poison pills in that stuff. You're going to get another Russiagate. You can't handle another Russiagate. Don't put that out there. I think her and Patel are slow rolling the thing and stonewalling because this looks very, very bad for the intelligence agencies. And I think Trump, being so focused on the other stuff, was like, well, I don't need another Russiagate. Because they did, imply his wife worked for Epstein, and like there was a lot of hateful stuff they said, and that would make anybody mad. And I think he got aggravated and said, forget it, I'm done. Just don't release it then. And then everybody got mad. And he's like, fine, released it. And then he went back to trying to do his stuff, but you've still got people still trying to slow roll it. And so you've really got his base being incredibly vocal, him not wanting to mess with it because he's stressed out about the 37 other things. And then you've got the FBI trying to protect its reputation and giving him bad advice so they could protect his reputation. That's kind of what I suspect is going on. I still don't have a lot of sympathy for him because I'm like, you brought it up. And I'm a little aggravated because it's like, do you not understand that the question is, equality under the law? It's like, you can tell me you arrested 14,000 child traffickers, and that's good, but how many of them had money? And the $1 million question is, if somebody's rich enough to like crash the economy or something like that, are they still going to go to jail? That's what everybody's really concerned about. It's not so much the salacious material itself. It's, do we actually have equality under the law or not? So I think that's why everybody's mad. And I don't think he sees that, and I think it's because he's got a million other things going on. That's my opinion. Because I had bad vibes about Bondi from day one. She was a little too familiar with that liberal nomenclature. Yeah, we're in for diversity and all that.
It was going to be Matt Gaetz, and then out of left field, nowhere, Matt Gaetz got replaced by Pam Bondi.
Yeah.
And it's like, that just came out of left field.
That was suspicious. Yeah. So, anyway. Trevor, what do you think?
Ouch.
Totally relevant. So...
Sorry.
No, that's all right. Well, guys, that's all I have for this episode, unless anybody's got any final thoughts.
I'm good. Yep.
You're good? Trevor?
No.
I'm good
Unless you want a dad joke.
Do you have one on hand?
I do.
Go for it.
Why don't scientists trust atoms?
Enlighten us.
Why?
Because they make up everything.
I hate them. I hate them so much. All right. Well, that's all we have for tonight, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. And we will see you next time.
Thank you.